Welcome to episode 7 of Unlucky Leftovers. We're back again, here to talk about some random stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, this week, I wanted to talk about food.
Okay.
And not in my head, I had kind of came up with the idea of, we'll just like rank our top fast food franchises and the worst fast food franchises.
Sure.
But I feel like that's just kind of boring. I mean, we could still do that for a future episode, but
We
just
should stream like a tier list thing, you know?
yeah, like record tier list. But
Yeah.
just thinking about food reminded me of like some random stuff that I wanted to talk about and just like ask about too.
Sure.
So like first off, did you have any kind of weird food that you ate growing up, or kind of like some weird obsession with some kind of food? It didn't have to be like a weird food, but just the obsession made it weird, you know?
The obsession made it weird.
Yeah.
The obsession. I'm gonna need an example because I'm not exactly.
All right. Well, so I was looking at the fast food idea thing, and then it just got
Sure.
me remembering like, fast food's not really great for you, but people still eat it anyway.
But like you love McDonald's as a kid type of thing. Is that?
Yeah,
where
but
you're going
it's
for
not
with?
exactly. It's like even weirder than that, right? So, like
Oh,
back in elementary school, I think it was something like that,
sure.
like fifth or sixth grade. I had a friend, and he loved mustard, right?
Okay.
So he would always like put, when we had hot dogs or burgers during lunch, he would always
Sure.
put like a good amount of mustard on it. Nothing like too crazy, but we would always just give him our mustard packets because like at the time I didn't like mustard. I just like ketchup.
Right.
So I would always just give him my mustard packets, and he would, use it, put it on his burger, put it on his hot dog, dip his french fry in it, whatever, right?
Okay.
So one day, when we have hot dogs or something and we get the mustard packets, we're all just sitting around and we give him our mustard packets, and we're like, I forget his name. We'll just call him Marvin.
Marvin. Sure.
And we're like, Marvin, like how much do you actually love mustard? And then he was like, oh man, I love mustard so much. I could drink it, dude. And I was like, yeah?
That's not healthy.
I was like, yeah,
That's
you
not
could drink
healthy.
it?
Oh no, don't do that.
And then
Oh,
I was
no.
like, all right, bet. Drink this mustard packet. Just straight up. So I think he had like 2 or 3 extra mustard packets that we had given him.
Fucking nasty.
And then we were like, drink these mustard packets, bro. If you really love mustard that much, you gotta prove it. And so I feel like he only drank one, right? I feel like he only opened one. But in my mind, I feel like it was probably 2 or 3. So he opens like, 2 or 3 at once. And he starts to just drink it. Like he just drinks the mustard packet. And we're all just looking at him, and we're like, oh my god, I can't believe he's drinking it,
Sure.
And you look at his face, and you can tell he doesn't enjoy it.
Yeah, because if you're just having straight up mustard, it's a different experience.
Yeah.
It's a different experience.
So his
Not gonna lie.
face is like obviously uncomfortable, and his like you could see his eyes are starting to get watery.
Yeah.
But damn, he drank those mustard packets,
He drank those mustard packets, you say,
Yeah.
not just the one. Okay.
It was probably more.
Alright.
It was probably one, but it was probably more than one. I feel like it was
Goodness.
more than one. He probably drank 2.
Goodness. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, he just straight up drank that mustard packet, right? So that just reminded me of like random food, funny random food stuff like that. Have you ever done anything like that?
There was a time I was obsessed with just ketchup and mustard together.
Yeah.
Just mixing it together. So I used it as like a dip for like chips and stuff. Until one day when I had too much of it, like I just had like a huge fucking like sauce like glob of it, and I just like fucking
Overdosed on it.
overdosed like I just like put like a shit ton on one chip, and then I fucking ate that, and I was like, oh, this is not
That's
good.
gross.
And then I think I threw up because it was like too overwhelming.
That's nasty.
Because yeah, mustard is a overwhelming flavor sometimes, like especially if you're a kid. I think kids are really sensitive to strong tastes, right? Which is
Yeah.
why they usually prefer something like ketchup or mayo, right, over mustard. But you know, I grew to like mustard like later on, you know, when I was like 10ish, you know. Um, but yeah, as a kid, I think we really just tend to go with more safer, more comfortable foods,
Yeah.
instead of like really strong tasting foods that you would have to build up a taste for, right?
Yeah. I loved
Um,
mayo. Mayo was
yeah,
great.
mayo's definitely like a top condiment. It's just really not great for you.
Yeah. I I
Fattening.
remember in third grade, I think. Third grade, like I loved mayo, and then my friends were like, "Prove how much you love mayo."
What is up with you
And
and your
then
friends,
I
sir?
was just like they didn't really do it like that. I was just like, "Hey, watch this," right? So I had, you
Okay.
know how mayo packets like are bigger than ketchup and mustard.
Yeah,
They're like
they're
longer.
unnecessarily big,
They
honestly.
give you a
But
lot of mayo in those
yeah,
packets.
yeah.
So this is like third grade. I'm just a kid, and then like I open the mayo packet just like a corner, like how you're supposed
Mm,
to do,
mm.
and then I stick a straw in there, and I just slurp up that mayo through the straw.
Bro, what are you doing? Oh my god.
Dude, mayo was good, and unlike my mustard friend Marvin, I didn't consume like two packets, and I didn't like look like I was gonna
Yeah,
throw up. So
yeah. So, about mayo, I have, well, my grandma, when I was a kid, and she was just kind of like taking care of me at home while,
yeah,
parents are working, my sister's away, or you know college or school or whatever. um so sometimes she just kind of fed me like, I think it's very poor people food, honestly.
hmm,
It was just like this poor people mindset, but it was like, you should just takes a piece of bread, just slather mayo on it, and then fold it, and just
you just eat it.
I just eat it. And then well, yeah, and it's basically the same concept of like having buttered toast, honestly, right?
Yeah,
It's just mayo. But I think that actually comes from a mindset of like wartime, where not a lot of food's there, and most people could only get like some type of a grain or bread or whatever, and
hmm,
then lard or butter or whatever flavoring, right? And they just slather it on and they just eat it like that, right?
yeah.
They don't have any veggies or meats or whatever because it's too expensive, right? So I think that's where the mindset came from when she gave me this type of like food, and
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I was like, yeah, mayo's fucking awesome,
yeah,
that type of thing. But I didn't realize at the time it was just basically a really poor people mindset until like later on when I was actually talking to a friend in college who also kind of told me about something his like grandparent did, which was also a similar concept with like a type of bread and like a type of lard or something,
yeah.
right? And then he was just fed that during childhood too. And I was like, oh. And he was like, and he's interested in history and stuff, and he pretty much explained that the Korean like mindset or whatever of that, of whatever time his grandparents were in, were pretty much doing that for like wartime and stuff, right?
Yeah.
When they didn't have much to eat, right? So, that's what my grandma did, that type of thing. So that was like really interesting. I definitely never realized that until I met someone who had a similar experience.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, and looking back, or yeah, looking back, uh, mayo on bread is really good. I don't know if I'll eat it now that way.
Yeah, I mean, you would just put
I
meat
wonder.
in there anyway. It's
Yeah,
like you don't need
but
to just do mayo and bread.
yeah, but maybe I would. I don't know. Maybe
See,
I'll try it
see,
again and just
I did like the inverse, cause like what's missing from that is like some meat, right?
Yeah, sure.
So like for random snacks, I would just get like sliced turkey meat, and then put mayo in it,
Uh,
and then I would just roll it up and eat it.
I think that is a kind of a thing though, because people just do like rolled turkey meat with like maybe rolled cheese or something, right? And
Yeah.
then maybe like a condiment on that. So it is a thing. It is definitely a thing.
So
It's
go
just
back,
without
yeah,
the cheese.
yeah. It just doesn't
um,
have cheese or bread. But then
yeah,
talking about bread, right?
yeah.
I remember there was this like family friend, family adult friend. He's like basically like an uncle, right?
Yeah.
Man, this was when I was really young too. So he was at our house, and we had bread, and we had ice cream, and he made a ice cream sandwich with regular bread. Like he took a slice of bread, he scooped ice cream in it, folded it up, and then ate it. And then he was like, "It's good." And in my kid head, I was like, "That's not right."
I mean, you know what? It's actually not the worst idea.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, bread doesn't really taste like much anyway.
Yeah, when you think about it, there's definitely things that are kind of similar in flavor profile.
Yeah, like
Like
a brick
may-
toast, you know?
yeah,
They do
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
sweet toasted bread and ice cream on
yeah,
top. But
yeah.
yeah, just thinking about it back then, that was so
That no,
weird.
that is weird. No, that is strange.
Cause as a kid, all
Um,
you have is toast, or you just make sandwiches. You don't
yeah,
put like ice cream in bread, you know?
yeah, yeah. That's a really different combination. Um, but if it works, it works, I guess. Um, oh, you know what I would recommend though? If you make your grilled cheese with mayo instead of butter,
Yeah, just the
that's
fat.
just good.
I've
Oh
tried
yeah,
that before.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Um, but I don't know. I don't know about the bread and the ice cream. I think you definitely need to buy some type of sweet bread.
What if you toast some bread with mayo and then put the ice cream in there?
I was just thinking about that, and I was like, no, I can't go there.
Oh man. I
But
used
you went there.
yeah. I love mayo. Mayo's great.
Yeah.
Cuz I
I
used to
guess
make
like the savory sweet combination wouldn't be too bad, but
I used
yeah,
to make like bacon sandwiches, steak sandwiches, and all it
sure.
would just be bread, mayo, and bacon, or bread, mayo, and steak.
There's no lettuce or
Nah, it's just
tomato or
steak.
whatever. Damn.
Yeah.
Could make BLT or it was I guess it'd be a SLT for a steak, I guess. um yeah, I actually really like BLTs, when
Yeah.
when I was in college, it was definitely like the cheapest sandwich to like buy from anywhere, right?
Oh yeah.
Uh and when I bought BLTs, I was like, damn, this is a good sandwich. Cause yeah, it's got like nice crunchy texture because of the lettuce and stuff, and then like there's like tangy taste from the tomato, the savoriness and fat flavoring of the bacon, right? And then the mayo, right? It's filled with mayo, so it's delicious, right? And like toasted buns, and it's good. It's good shit. I'm like, goddamn, whoever made this is like smart. um, and then like later on, I watched like a video about how some guy like just like a chef showing like a recipe for BLT, and he was actually telling about how the tomato is your meat. I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, if you put a patty in there, it's just a burger anyway, so
True.
it's one thing away from a burger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in elementary school too, like you could get a hot lunch or you could get like a packaged lunch, right? So
Okay, yeah.
the hot lunch is like, you go through the line and then you get
Hmm.
scoops of like whatever, right? You get
Yeah.
chicken nuggets, mashed potatoes,
Yeah.
etc.
There was always like a chicken patty type thing, right? And
Yeah,
like,
but so the packaged
yeah.
lunch was like just a basic sandwich. You get
I think
maybe
it was a
like,
PB&J sandwich, no?
yeah,
At least for
this is back.
mine, my fucking school, I think it was just PB&J and then like some type of small snack and
Really?
like a drink or something. I don't exactly remember,
Yeah.
but
So I never got the packaged lunch, but one day I did,
yeah.
and I ate. I just ate like the sandwich. I nibbled on the goldfish. They had like Trix yogurt, and you
Hmm.
get like some milk, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm just like bored. I'm bored. I barely ate my lunch. I'm like, this is not good. Why did I get this?
Yeah.
So then I start opening up like the yogurt. Back then, I didn't really like yogurt. So I just like I crumble up my goldfish, I put it in the yogurt, and I mix it around,
Bro, don't
and
do
then
that.
like
No.
I'm just like wasting this food, right? I just
Yeah.
like I'm making a potion,
Okay,
making
yeah,
my
yeah.
kid
No,
potion.
you know what? That is a thing kids did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
do remember doing stuff like that, and my parents are like, "Don't fucking waste
yeah, don't
food,"
waste your
you know?
food. Don't play with your food.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't remember what else I put in there. I think I put, I crumbled up the goldfish into the Trix yogurt, mixed it
You probably
around.
put a little bit of milk in there,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
probably did put a little bit
Probably
of
put
chocolate milk.
if you have salt and pepper packets somewhere, you know?
Yeah, I was just putting random, all
Yeah.
my food, right? Nothing
Yeah.
like nasty, like
Yeah.
shit off the floor or anything.
Yeah.
But as I was doing this, one of the teachers in charge of the chaperoning the lunch, like came up to me and was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I don't know." And she's like, "Are you gonna eat that?" And I was like, no." And then she was like, take a bite of it, or eat a spoonful of that."
Why? What, the
Cause like,
teacher said this? Okay.
yeah, because
Okay.
you see, she just saw a kid like wasting food and
Is she
stuff
not
like
used
that.
to seeing like kids make like random shit? Because I know people,
Yeah, she was like
you know.
upset. She's just upset that some kid is like
Okay.
wasting the food. So like I took my spoon and I took like
Uh-huh.
the tiniest bit. Not even,
Uh-huh.
well, I took like a spoonful, right?
Uh-huh.
But I ate like just a tiny bite of it and I was like,
Yeah.
"What?" I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
honestly, thinking back, I remember it's just the yogurt, to be honest. Like I just didn't like yogurt cuz it was the
Uh-huh.
weird tanginess of yogurt, like the sourness of it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Again, it's the same concept with like mustard, honestly.
Yeah,
Uh,
so
Tangy,
after
sour. You know.
after I did that, she was just like, "Go throw it away," and I was like, "All right." And then after that, I never like did that again.
Yeah. So, but then again, it is something to be aware of. Is not waste food like that, but. You are just a kid, just doing whatever. So I don't know. It's whatever.
Yeah, I was just doing
Um,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. I do really like yogurt nowadays. Uh, I feel like it's just like a nice like thing, um, to eat when you're kind of overfilled with like other junk. You know,
Yeah,
it's just like it makes it soothes my soul. Anyways, yeah, like I don't really remember that much about other food obsessions during childhood. Well, you know what? Actually, it's not really random food stories. I think I do remember some habits I had that were like because I grew up in like a really Asian Chinese household, so it's just Chinese food like every day, right? Like morning and night, right? But during school, I could get hot lunch, right?
yeah,
So I actually always enjoyed hot lunch because it was food that I never really ate at home. I would
hmm
never eat this at home, right? Continually until like like at high school when I like started being able to go out for food, right? Um, but even then, I always ate hot lunch. So the pizzas, like the school pizzas, I thought were good. The chicken patties, I thought were good. Chicken nuggets, my goodness.
Yeah.
Like it was like all like, huh, this tastes good to me, but it's not actually that good.
Yeah. It's just
You know?
different.
It's just different. Yeah, it's just because it was absolutely different from what I tended to eat, which was like rice and like a vegetable stir-fried garlic dish, maybe like a fish and soy sauce or something.
Yeah.
Some type of meat dish. Just like the Chinese style stuff, right? And yeah, so I really enjoy school lunch. And then there were also times where because my parents ran the restaurant, right? And I had to stay at the restaurant sometimes, like after school, do my homework or whatever. Do I want to eat any of the Chinese food there? I don't know. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But when the opportunity to came up to like get like food from somewhere else, I was like, oh yeah, I'm jumping on that, right?
Yeah.
And let's see. I remember really liking to go to a store across the street from the plaza, right? It was called Village Roast Beef and Seafood, right? Just roast beef place, right? Sold like sandwiches, subs, burgers, like American food, right? I always got like a burger there, just without anything on it. Like a burger
Just
with
a
like
plain
cheeseburger
hamburger.
with like mustard and ketchup.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. I don't know why that ever like came to be. I want to say my sister had a hand in it, because if anything, I probably didn't really like any veggies and stuff in like a McDonald's burger or something.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, maybe I always try to ask no lettuce, no tomato, or whatever, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't remember though. This is like beyond my memory. But that's where I'm assuming I got, why I prefer like kind of this plain cheeseburger with only mustard and ketchup, right? And it was really good. At least in my opinion, it was really good. I don't know. I want to say it was probably a frozen patty, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just a basic cheeseburger.
Yeah, but it felt big in my hands. It had a really nice toasted, chewy sesame bun, right? Kind of large patty. Cheese. I don't know what type of cheese. It's probably white American, or white cheddar maybe, and just mustard and ketchup. And I fucking devoured that shit like instantly. That shit was so good to me.
Yeah.
And then on the off chances where I wasn't feeling a burger, I get like a grilled chicken like Caesar salad, right? And I never have salad at home. I never eat salad because my parents never eat salad. They never cook burgers. They never do any of that. So I fucking love chicken, like grilled chicken Caesar salad, even though it's just kind of really basic, like really basic food that I assume a lot of people just eat like a lot of times. It was just really a rare occasion for me to eat those types of stuff. And I was like,
so
this is really great
like
stuff.
We ate rice a lot. So
yeah,
going back to like high school, did you think it was weird when they served rice as a side, right? And then you would see people put butter packets in there.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like,
I didn't understand. I was like, wait,
yeah.
what are they doing?
I was like, why would you put butter into rice? That doesn't make sense. But
so,
now it's fine. But like just back then, I was like, that's kind of weird, You
It's
just eat the rice.
yeah. Like the thing is, Westerners, Americans, yeah, they're just what Westerners in general, I guess, right? Who are not used to eating just plain rice and just like rice is kind. It's kind of like a. It doesn't have a lot of flavor, but at the same time, that's the point of it is to
Yeah,
be.
you eat it with something.
Yeah, you eat it with like your side dishes and stuff, right? That type of stuff, and it's filling and really nice and comfy. It's very comfy.
Hmm.
But Westerners seem to really, really want to douse their food in seasoning, right? They really want to like it cannot just be plain food. It has to be, you know, they have
Yeah,
to sauce it up as much as possible so it's not plain food anymore.
I mean,
right?
I don't think that's like an
I,
issue,
it's
but
not
just the
no,
butter
it's not
and
really an
rice,
issue. Yeah,
just
but
like
it was
butter
definitely different.
packets. Putting the butter packets in cafeteria rice, it was just like weird to me.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think they did it with like the butter noodles too, like the plain butter noodles, which is basically like the cafeteria butter noodles. It's just egg noodles with like they toss it with oil. That's it.
Yeah.
So they were super plain, but I would eat so much of it.
I would just eat it too, it's not, like I don't add anything else on it.
Yeah, like I would
Yeah.
just like eat whatever they had like
Yeah.
as the main dish,
Yeah.
and then just eat like freaking mouthfuls of the noodles.
Yeah, I just enjoy it because I'm like, oh man, I never have butter. Literally, my parents fucking never had butter at home. I think only my sister ever got butter if she was doing something like specific. Even now, I only get butter if I have something in mind, and then my parents will never use it.
You never use it for like buttered toast?
Nope, nope. Well, the thing is, we never really have that much bread. Like we get bread like once in a while,
Yeah.
and my parents will never butter their toast, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just eat the bread straight up. I'm like, okay. They don't even toast their bread that much, at all. I think.
Yeah. Just eat the
So
bread.
yeah. It's a lot of like differences in culture and mindset, I guess. But yeah, I do remember just having like so there was my first encounter with rice pilaf, man. Oh my god, I was like, what is this? This is not rice. But yeah, I had it was rice pilaf in the school cafeteria. And I was like, what the hell? It's like buttery rice with like these like brown things like beans. I don't know what
Yeah.
were they? Were they beans? I didn't fucking know. But I was like, this is different. But this is interesting and good. So yeah, that actually might be why people put butter in their rice because they're used to eating rice pilaf versus white rice. Because white rice, it would only be served with Asian dishes, and if they're going to an Asian restaurant, and even
Yeah.
then they have to soy sauce their rice, right?
Yeah, they just don't like plain white rice.
Yeah, they have to fucking just dump soy sauce on it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And there was actually kind of delinquent teenagers that sometimes go to the restaurant sometimes, right? When I was working there, and all they did was order a large white rice
Mhm.
and then just eat that with soy sauce.
Uh,
And I was like, what is
they
going on here?
they can't
But
even like afford to buy
I
anything
get-
else or something.
I guess so. I think they were just I don't know what's going on
I
with
mean,
that.
it
I don't
wasn't-
know where that was coming from.
It wasn't that like food's not that expensive back then.
No, it was not. And
They could have spent like another $3 to get some meat or something on the side, you know.
But it must be because they were having issues at home or something. I don't know because they were like the delinquent teenagers, right? The
Yeah.
ones that were more kind of. So I don't want to put them in the archetype, but they were basically the archetype of like kind of druggy, kind of skateboardy, kind of like
Yeah.
that type of group.
Yeah, they
Back
probably just
then,
didn't have
back then.
food. They didn't
It's
have food
different
at
now.
home, you
Definitely,
know.
definitely different now. Yeah, but yeah, probably didn't have food at home. Probably just wanted to get something to eat just to fill the hunger. They don't really care what they ate, really, you know. And yeah, like their parents probably just never had food at home, and or they didn't want to go home, you know. Maybe they just want to stay out,
So how
right?
much was the rice? Was it like $2
It,
or something?
yeah, a large white rice, $2. That's it.
$2.
Yeah, yeah. I know inflation has increased that, but or increased rice in general, right? So you'll never find white rice for $2, a large white rice for $2 anymore. But yeah, back then the prices were $1 for small white rice, $2 for a large white rice.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously they never tipped because they didn't have that much money. They always paid in like a few
Dollars
dollars
and
in
quarters.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the tax, right? And that's it. That's it. So yeah, I always thought that was weird when I was like in high school, right? And I was working there. I was like, huh, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
It's until like later on that I felt like, oh, they must be experiencing like some type of issues. Like my dad even mentioned like, yeah, you see these kids that are just eating white rice, you know, like, yeah, they just don't have money. I'm like, oh, okay. You know,
Mm-hmm.
although I never really thought hard about it
Yeah,
of
you
like
never just
why
don't
do
think
they
about
not
it.
yeah, why do they not have money, right?
Yeah.
And then you know, later on you're just like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You know, like they are having issues.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Or they're spending their money on some
Like
other thing.
stuff.
Or yeah, or they just really want to not stay at home, and you know, it could be any situation, right? But at the time, definitely did not understand, and I was just mildly confused. You know, like, huh, okay.
You know, were you going into like high school? Were you expecting there to be like more food fights? Because you know, growing up on TV,
Right.
it felt like food fights were
Right.
like a common thing, and I actually
Right.
remember a few times where like people threw food.
Yeah, but it never became a food fight.
Yeah, it never
basically.
became like something super huge, but you know, someone would always toss something like as hard as they could across the lunchroom, and it would nail someone,
Right.
and it would
Right.
cause like a small thing, but nothing like
A small
the whole
scuffle.
cafeteria would get involved, right?
Yeah, growing up, we always see kind of media depicting some type of food fight, right? Just somehow, in like if it's just some show about a school setting, there's just bound to be a food fight in like one of the episodes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because it was just our school, or if there was just more supervision during lunchtime,
Yeah.
or you know, our student body was more passive about things. We weren't, you know, there was no one that was super aggressive.
Yeah, I'm sure in other like places where a lot of the students are just more rowdy, they would definitely do that.
Yeah, I can imagine more aggressive students would be more into doing that, right? It's basically like a riot type of situation.
Yeah. And even if it didn't turn into like a huge thing, they would always, you know, look around to see if the teacher's looking and then just toss something through the air, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember that happening a couple times during high school.
I do wonder if there was ever a time that there was a food fight in the 4 years we were in high school.
Not major, but I remember seeing people like get nailed by random food people would throw, or like a table next to us would just backhand throw some random thing without looking, you know?
You know what? I feel like I remember hearing about like a massive food fight once, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember.
Yeah, I feel like there's something that major happened, but it must have happened
Yeah.
without us being there, like at a
Yeah.
different lunch
Yeah.
period, you know?
And if that's the case, then there will be even more supervision and being like, you can't do that, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it actually happened or not. I feel like there was something that happened. I would have to like ask someone who remembers better.
Yeah.
I would say our grade or our grades there were not super aggressive. We didn't I don't remember there being actual like bullies really, you know, or stuff like that.
Oh man, we could talk about that in another one. Bullies.
Bullies. Yeah, it's
Just real quick, were you bullied? You don't have to get too in deep.
I wouldn't say so in high school. It was mostly so the
Just in general, you know.
in general,
Probably were, right?
it was very mild, like teasing and like
All right.
kind of being
We
more.
we could talk about that next time.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll tell you about some of
yeah.
my stories.
Because yeah, you went to like different towns and schools before
Yeah.
our high school, so you definitely have more stories about it. I would say definitely our high school didn't really have that much of that.
Yeah, I never really heard anything about it, you know.
Yeah, because I think a lot of the students were like good natured, you know.
Yeah, they just kind of kept to themselves, or like
Yeah.
honestly, if they like had something bad to say about you, they would just say it between their own friend group.
Yeah, it was more of that than anything else. And if you did say something publicly, I think there's a lot of people that would make you an enemy, you know.
Yeah, I don't even
Like
think the whole time we were there, I never heard of anyone getting into a fight either.
yeah. Well, no, actually fights maybe like outside of school. I think there was probably. But like during school, I don't know. I'm not-
Yeah. Well, even like outside, you know, you usually hear about, oh, so and so are like gonna fight after school somewhere, right?
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
I don't remember that happening in high school.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest, I was very out of touch of like rumors going around the grapevine and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
I always just kept to my. Yeah, honestly, a lot of people, a lot of our cliques just kept to themselves. You know, it wasn't really. Yeah, it wasn't much. I do remember. I do remember this one time where I think I was in junior year, maybe. I went out of school to buy something at Richdale's. It's a convenience store, right? And then fucking on the way back to school, this kid, I think it was an underclassman, gave me like a really dirty look,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like he was just standing around, he was like looked at me really dirty, like he was like, "What you looking at?" I was like, all right, man, like calm down. And then I just kept walking, but he wanted to
Yeah.
like, I think he
Start
wanted to
something.
fight me. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this? And that was like one of the first encounters of like someone who was super aggressive to me, because I think there really wasn't that many aggressors in our high school.
Yeah.
You know, that was like
Yeah.
the only time that was like the only time I really remember. I really like comes to my memory like of someone being super aggressive to me. Otherwise, everything else seems
Yeah,
very
it's always like the young kids, like the underclassmen, because they're just like punks, you know. And then like as they grow older, they kind of grow out of it, but they're still, you know, just punks, but not punks who want to start random fights. Right? They're just kind of annoying.
true, very very true. But anyways, still talking about food. We'll talk about bullying and teasing on another episode.
Next
right?
time. Yeah.
Next time. Here's a weird thing, because this is in recent memory, because I since I'm older now, I have like nieces and nephews of like, you know, other family. Damn, some of these kids are picky. Like they eat only like one thing and
Yeah.
that's it. You know? And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? But maybe I was like this before. I don't remember, right?
Yeah. No, I think
Uh,
they're just pickier now. Like I was picky when I was younger, but
yeah.
like you can prevent that. I realize you can prevent that, but you just
Mhm.
gotta, teach your kids how to eat and go
Yeah.
about it the right way.
Yeah.
Cause my nieces and nephews, they're so damn picky. Like they eat chicken nuggets like 5 times a
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That type of stuff, right? Is like they have like only one specific food that they'll eat,
Yeah.
and then they will deny anything else. I'm
Yeah.
like, what are
Like
you talking about?
the big thing for me when I was a kid is like I just like to eat meat and rice, right?
Sure.
But then at least I liked different meat, right? So I liked, beef and pork and fish and some seafood, but back then I didn't like seafood too much, but I grew to like it.
Yeah, I didn't like fish back then.
Like I like fish though. Like when my mom like would fry fish or, just
Mhm.
like pan fry it, it was good. But then my nephew, like they only like certain meat. Like chicken and rice, they love chicken and rice, but like
Sure.
they don't even they don't want to try fish and rice, right?
Yeah. Well,
And it's kind of ridiculous. They don't want to try like pork and rice unless it's like the Chinese chashu pork,
fucking
which is
Jesus Christ.
obviously like
Yeah.
super sweet and glazed, right?
Yeah. 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 Um. Yeah. I have a niece that's. I think they only really fed her like plain pasta. I was like,
Plain pasta.
what? Why?
Why?
What the hell?
Yeah, that's like nothing.
Yeah, like maybe like add butter to it, and that was it. I was like, what? What are you talking about? But maybe I hope things have changed on that. But I just remember like we went out to eat, and they just had to have plain pasta, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it just depends. Like you just gotta teach them how to eat other things.
My sister's kids, right? Or at least, foodies. They will eat things, which is good. They are a little picky about like certain stuff, but it's not like hugely bad. It's just preferences. And some stuff they'll have to get used to if they really want. If my parents or my sister's my sister wants to like make them
Yeah.
eat stuff, right? But yeah, I don't think they're very picky. I think it's like just the other spoiled children on like my in-law side sometimes, or like my like mother's family too. I think that are just kind of like just the chicken nuggets and that's it.
Yeah.
Just fries. That's it. Like that type of stuff. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, it's just like easy to eat.
Yeah,
And I
easy to
ate
eat, savory.
yeah, I ate a lot of like nuggets and stuff when I was a kid, but like I guess it just depends cuz a lot of parents they don't really cook now. So it's because they don't cook that they don't know how to eat many things.
Parents are so busy with their lives, right?
Busy doing stuff, yeah.
Yeah, both parents are doing 9 to 5 jobs a lot of times. Um, so yeah, that is like a thing, which is unfortunate. It definitely is better to expand your palate because there's
Yeah.
a lot of flavors I feel people miss out on, if they only stick with like one kind of flavor profile, if anything, right?
I'm sure there are other schools that have not very good lunches, but I know like the US has probably some of the worst school lunches.
Yeah, I hear that a
And I
lot.
heard recently, very recently, that, Lunchables, apparently they struck a deal with the government to start having Lunchables in
Wow.
cafeterias as like a option for kids to buy or kids to get if they don't have like the option to get the hot lunch or something, right?
Right.
Which is like that, Lunchables aren't real lunch.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah.
snack.
So yeah, true. Okay, so when I was a kid, I actually really enjoyed Lunchables
Yeah.
if I was able to get it, right? Because my parents would be like, "What is this?"
Yeah, they don't know what it is.
They have no idea what's going on with it, right? But once I ever like get it, right, I'm like, damn, this is some cool stuff, like ham,
Yeah.
cheese on a cracker. I never have this stuff type of shit, right? And then like, oh yeah, fucking like fruit punch juice or whatever, or what was it, Capri Sun, right? Again, my parents never buy flavored drinks. They never buy fucking anything Western, right? And just all this like stuff, right? That I thought was like so cool, and this is just the novelty of it, right? Just like this, they are just able to sell very well because kids feel so.
Yeah, it's just like something fun,
Yeah, it feels like it's really fun, right?
But then when you think about it being a substantial food
it's
item,
actually not.
It's not.
Yeah. It is totally not.
Especially like the crackers and cheese ones.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah. It is nothing. I when I was after high school, I think I picked up like a Lunchables just to fucking see again, like, is this good? No, it's not. Especially like the pizza one. Oh my god, it tastes fake as fuck.
I still eat the pizza one,
dude. Oh man,
I would still eat it. It's changed, and honestly, it's not worth it anymore because it's just more expensive.
Pretty bad to me. I was like, I thought it tasted really good when I was a kid, right? But when I ate that pizza one, I was like, oh.
Did you get the pepperoni?
I think so.
I'd still eat it.
It's just like the bread itself was like.
Yeah, it's just like,
it was kind of nasty.
Ass random bread.
Yeah, no, it's not even basic ass random bread. It's like just nasty bread.
I'd still eat it.
The sauce just tasted super fake. The cheese was fine, I guess.
I'm sure
pepperoni's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that I was like, oh.
I think they definitely
which is
changed
why
the sauce.
Yeah, I prefer the fucking like crackers.
The crackers?
Yeah, cracker, cheese, ham, whatever, right? Over the pizza just cause it's just like.
Nah, the pizza's the best one.
I don't know. I would eat crackers, meat, cheese in any situation. So, that is still fine. It's just
yeah. The other ones, like I haven't had any of the other ones recently. But I remember like the sandwich ones just being bad too,
I thought the cracker one was basically the sandwich.
Well, there's the one where they have like a turkey sub one.
What the fuck?
You never seen that? It's just like, a roll with turkey and cheese. And then they put mayo packets in there, whatever.
Do I remember this?
I mean, it's just basic. It's just like a cold sandwich, right?
Yeah.
The bread is like, it gets that consistent texture, random, kind of not good, dense texture when bread
I can imagine it. Yeah.
It's not. That's why the pizza one is always good.
Man, the pizza's bread was not great at all. I was
like,
very disappointed on that.
It's all probably worse now, but honestly, I would probably still eat it unless it's just really bad right now, because I saw they kind of changed the packaging too. So they must have updated some stuff.
In my opinion, at least from recent memory, because I ate it after high school, it was not. It was. I could not finish that. All right, I could not. Like eating real pizza versus that, I was like, this is so awful.
Yeah, it's different because that's real pizza though.
Yeah, but at the same time, even by its like even if you're not comparing pizza, I guess it's just like, oh, man, it's so bad. I don't know. You should try it. Let me know, because I was just like,
I would still eat it.
I could not down it. I could not down it. Right?
If I see it, maybe I'll try it. But honestly, it's not worth it anymore because just the basic pizza Lunchable, not even the one that comes with like a candy and drink, right?
Yeah.
Like those used to be like $1,
right?
And now they're like
it's
$3.
Yeah.
For like the same thing, right? It's just
Yeah.
it comes with just 3 like of the mini bread pizzas. So you
It definitely
basically
is
just
not
get 3
worth it.
pizzas. It's
It
not
definitely
worth
is not worth it. Yeah, but at the same time,
Like if it was
you should
$1
try it.
again,
You should try
yeah, less than $1, I'll take it. Because I would just get it if it was on sale and I'd see it. I would just have it as
No.
a snack, you know?
No, you would not. I guarantee you would not.
Nah, watch. If I see it again, I'll get it. And then if it tastes worse, then all right. But if it's the same, I would still eat it then. If it's still the same, I still
Alright.
eat it.
All right. You let me know, because I'm curious. I'm very curious if you still will defend it after eating it.
I don't know. We'll see. The Lunchables are good. Well, the pizza. I like the pizza. I always like the pizza.
I think the crackers are, because it's just basic. It's super basic. You
Yeah.
can't go wrong with it. You know.
But
that
then
type
you
of thing.
might as well just buy your own crackers. Buy your own
Yeah. True.
stuff.
True. But at the same time, it's Lunchables. It's the
That doesn't
novelty.
mean- that doesn't
it's
mean
the
anything.
novelty, dude. It's just the novelty.
If you're
That's
gonna get
it.
the cracker one, just get your own damn crackers. All right.
It's just the novelty.
At least get like the nacho one or something. You know.
The nacho one is, yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. The cheese is fake as fuck, but I guess I'm used to fake
Yeah.
cheese.
It's
That
just
I'm like,
cheese sauce.
yeah, that I'm like, all right, this is not like that nasty, because fake cheese is fake cheese, whatever.
Yeah, you just buy it normally.
I guess I don't know. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Do you like mayo a lot?
Do I like mayo a lot? I would say yes. However, I have gotten into the mindset of using less of it if I need to. you know?
Right.
Because yeah, it's super, fattening, super calorie rich,
Yeah.
right? And it's not that good for you, right? Like
Yeah.
it's gonna like clog up your fucking,
So yeah, I
Um,
mean, on the idea tracker I have, if we ever get to like 100 subs, I was thinking of doing like 100 sub special, right? I don't know
Okay.
what, but what I wrote down was like,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna try to just eat as many McChickens as I can in like an hour.
Oh my god. Oh.
And then I think it would be funny if we did like other stuff. Maybe if I don't do that, maybe we could just like drink some mayo. How about that?
I will not be doing
We
that.
drink some mayo. We get
No,
100 subs. We'll drink like a shot of mayo. You know, like
I'm not.
That's like 1.5 ounces of
Yeah,
mayo.
that's was it one shot? Was it? That's
It's
like
1.5 ounces.
that's like 300 calories in like one shot.
That doesn't matter. Don't act like you don't get like Wendy's or McDonald's still. You still do that.
I still do that, but I'm not gonna. So basically, I've gone to the point where I only really need like a bit of sauce on things.
Now, who cares? 100 subs.
I'm not-
Take
I'm
a
not
shot
gonna,
of
like,
mayo.
I'm not gonna like dump like sauce
doesn't
on
matter.
things.
It doesn't
because
matter.
It's
It
not.
doesn't- that doesn't
It's
matter.
not that good.
If we
to
get
be honest.
100 subs, that'll be on the table. That's
Shot
something
of
we
mayo?
should do.
I don't know. I don't.
Shot of mayo. Just do a shot of mayo. I think
feel
it'd
like
be
that's
funny.
like. I feel like that's weird.
That's weak. That's weak. You want to do a shot of mustard instead? Hell
Shot
no.
mustard.
That's worse.
Well, you know what?
I
We were
throw
talking
up.
about mustard. We were
Okay, you
talking
do.
about
How about you
mustard.
do ketchup and mustard, and I'll do mayo.
I'll
You can
throw
pick
up.
your-
I'll definitely
condiment.
throw up. I will definitely throw up.
You gotta pick.
Yeah.
You could pick one. You could pick which one you want.
A condiment.
You want to do a shot of sriracha instead? You can
Maybe
do
it's-
that.
Ooh,
You can do that if you want.
I feel like that'd be a lot.
Just do mayo. I think mayo is funny because it's kind of nasty.
Can I like
You
put
know.
bread on? Like, can I like
no,
put the
yeah,
mayo on
take
bread?
a shot. Take a shot of it. You just drink
I
it.
still, even if I
Take
just
a
do
spoonful
mayo,
and big heaping
Would I-
spoonful and just eat
Ugh.
that thing. Yum 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 yum.
Ugh.
Yummy mayo.
I feel like I'm just gonna spit any condiment out if it's just a condiment.
Well, if you do, it'd be funny because we're gonna record it. We're gonna record it. Yeah, we'll see. Well, if we get 100 subs, we'll try to do something. Do something funny. All right.
Maybe.
No, not a maybe. It's yes. Don't be a baby about it. All right. It's just a
Whoa.
condiment. Don't be such a baby about eating mayonnaise. All right.
Yo,
Eating
why
ketchup,
we even gotta
eating
do a weird challenge like that for 100 subs? My
Okay,
goodness.
what would you want to do?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't have to be a
Exactly.
like that doesn't have to
'Cause it's
be
funny.
the thing we
It's funny.
celebrate it with.
It's
My
funny.
goodness.
Okay,
That is not a
how about we
celebration.
how about we try to eat 100 nuggets? How about that?
100 nuggets. Oh
We'll
my
split
God.
50-50, see who eats the most nuggets.
Dude, oh, fuck. You know what? Fine, I'll do that. I will probably only eat like 10, and I'll be like,
Oh my god, that's such a waste. Just do the shot of mayo. Do the
what do you
shot
mean
of
there's
mayo.
ways?
Because-
I'll try to eat as much as I can, but
That's like $40.
yeah, but at least I can eat the other nuggets later.
Just do a shot of mayo.
I feel like that's not a waste of like money, you know.
All right, we do that. We'll just see. We'll see who eats the most. Loser takes a shot of mayo.
No.
Yeah, stakes just got raised. See?
That's worse.
See,
That's
exactly,
worse.
exactly. So you better be scarfing those nuggets down if you don't want to lose the challenge.
Oh my god. No.
You
What
better
is
practice.
this? What is this challenge?
God,
Why you gotta do challenges? My
God,
goodness.
why you gotta be such a big baby about it?
Bruh, if you
Why you
want to
gotta be
do
a baby
challenges,
about
do
it?
challenges yourself. Goodness.
Why you gotta be a big baby about it?
Yeah,
God.
let me be a baby. I'll be a real
You're
baby.
Yeah. You take if you lose, you take the shot of mayo. You're the unlucky leftover.
Yo, you can't.
See?
You can't.
Get it? Get it?
Yo, you can't force me to do anything,
Get it?
dude.
Get it?
I ain't gonna fold under your peer pressure, sir. Goodness.
God, don't be a little bitch about it.
I'll be a little bitch about it. Oh
God,
yeah,
a little
bitch.
baby.
I'll bitch to you,
God.
dude. I'll
You don't
bitch
even
to
want to
you.
do that for the 100 hypothetical subs we'll get. God,
Goodness.
celebrating the 100 people who actually listen to our videos.
Do they?
You're such a baby. You're such a
I'll,
baby
I'll
about
be a
it.
baby. I'll be a
God,
baby bum bitch.
God. Leave a like if you want us to see us drink some mayo. We'll drink some mayo. We'll take a shot of mayo at 100 subs.
Goodness gracious.
Believe it.
Don't say that. Don't say. But what do you mean? Believe it?
Believe it.
You are not Naruto. Stop it. Stop
We'll
this.
take that shot of mayo. Believe it.
Okay. All right. We're done. We're done. It's
All
time.
right.
It's over.
See you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.